Well, the cold weather is fading, the sun is ascending, and now the heat is rising. Welcome to Miami. Anyways, hope everybody having a great day and story time. I was going through social media and there's a great channel of a salesman, a car salesman, great dude, Mike. I believe his name is Mike. And in his channel, his socials, he's like sold a particular brand of car to somebody who's looking for that specific brand, but they sell different cars in that dealership. So the person was like, nah, scratch that. I'm going to go to the main one. The buyer was looking for a Toyota Tacoma. Mike was like, I got one. This is the price. Then the customer went to Toyota's dealership, and let's just say he had not so fun experience. And then he goes back to Mike and ends up buying the Tacoma from Mike because Mike treated him like a human being, as we all should. And this is where my story time comes in. Like, a few years back, I had a similar situation. I went to a Toyota, and the salesman was acting all high and proud and mighty, and he probably thought he was selling a Mercedes, BMW, or Lamborghini by the way he was acting. But long story short, I didn't qualify for a Camry at that time. Cool. I take my sorry behind to AutoNation, and I end up getting my Honda Accord for 0 miles, right? So, long story short, there's always a deal to be made elsewhere. Now we fast forward to now, car accident, I lose the Honda Accord, and I end up with my favorite car. I wanted a 4Runner, but I ended up with a Tacoma. Just as good, give or take 4Runner, Tacoma. But the point is, I'm happy with Taco. And again, before getting this Tacoma, I go to the Toyota dealership, same one, many years later, same experience. Not only the same experience was bad, I dealt with the same background, meaning my background. The first one was from my background, which is Puerto Rico. The second salesman, again, Puerto Rican. And again, the same results, not good. So my better half, God bless her, she's like, let's go to this other dealership. And I kid you not, AutoNation again, different one. And here I am, happy as can be in this Tacoma. So more of the story is, because I left a comment on the video of Mike that eventually sold the Tacoma to the other, to his customer, is if you want a Toyota, nothing wrong with that. Either you go get a used Toyota from another dealership. But man, when I tell you that those Toyota dealerships are just undesirable, to leave it at that. And you know what the funny part in this whole story is? I've been rambling and all that good stuff. You know what the sorry part is? When I went to the Toyota dealership looking for a Tacoma, let's just say they think they're selling gold on 4 wheels. That's the best way to put it. I'll be honest with you. A car is an investment ratio to, to losing money, right? Cars are, we need cars, but they're an investment to losing. You don't get the same return on a car depending on some brands, whatever. Scratch, I don't care the best brand, if it's Toyota, Honda, whatever. The return value is not the same. Some hold their value, great, kudos, but it's never the same. So we need them, but some dealerships act like they're selling you gold on 4 wheels. Like sometimes you look at these salespeople and they got to make money by selling. But if you just treat people like normal, like decent, like if you just treat people decently, like just normal. Like we know in negotiations, we know that when you go into a dealership, it's not pretty. Whether you're pre-approved, not approved, low credit, no credit, money down, no down, you only want this, you want that. We get that. They're not miracle workers. It's very simple. Either you qualify or you don't, or you try to help. There's just ways to getting a deal done for both sides to be happy. Meet in the middle. That's all we ask. Meet in the middle. Now, if it's impossible, it's impossible. But don't, without the BS. Like a lot of dealerships, especially Toyota, these salespeople think that they're selling gold. And on top of that, they put in so many unnecessary things on that. Like part of the reason why I wanted a Tacoma is you can customize it from head to however you want. That's something I want to do. I want to take it stock, whatever, certain trim, certain whatever. I don't care. I'll put in the extras. I'll take the time and I'll put in the extras. I enjoy doing that. For me, it's therapy. But don't sit there and then put, a wind deflector or a front bug deflector or put ceramic, the little spray on the. That's gonna be $1,000 for that. Why? Because you guys put it on. Point is, when I got the Tacoma at that other dealership, AutoNation, everybody should give a chance to AutoNation, especially in Miami. I've had just a great experience on different dealerships. AutoNation Hollywood, solid place. And AutoNation Chevy, I believe it was AutoNation of Chevy, I think. Well, I can't. The point is, got treated as a human being, decency. The sales guy was incredible, normal. Take your time, drive it. You want to drive it? Okay, cool, laid back. And then I went into with the finance dude. Took care of me. He said, "Do you want this?" He said, "Do you want to take this? You want that? You want to add this? You don't want that? It's up to you. Do it. If not, do it." At the end of the day, you're going for something like what you want, what you can afford. But 9 times out of 10, you want to be treated decent. Now, I would never suggest going there and force them, or if they can't make a deal happen, they're the worst. No, you can always go elsewhere. But be fair. That's all we ask. Be fair, 50-50, and that's it. When I tell you, boy, I tell you, man. And the experience with the Toyota dealership is so sad because after I walked away, because you can always walk away. That's the best thing as a consumer, as a client, as a customer. You can walk away. Trust me, you can walk away. So when I walked away, the very next day, the manager of the Toyota dealership was like texting me, "Hey, everything okay? Is there something we could have done? Is something you need to be done?" I didn't respond. I was like, "Yeah, no, everything is fine. Thank you, whatever." And I'm on to better things. My family, my friends told me you should take a photo of the Tacoma and go and then go. I'm like, no. There's no need to be nasty about it. But the point is, if you're going to reach out after the facts, why didn't you put in that effort during the time that I was there in face to face? The manager never even came to shake my hand or anything like that. The salesman went to him, back to me, back to him, back to me, crunching numbers. The part where you search the numbers down to see where you at, whatever. The point is, he never even came and even looked at me, not even one step. And then he wanted to text me if anything you could have done. How about, coming over and, "Hey, can there something I can do?" Text me after the fact and be like, "Is there something I can do?" Sure. How about treat people better? Point is, if you treat somebody fair, you treat somebody well, you will always have a customer for life. Trust me. That's how I am with AutoNation, because my experience with them has been nothing but in 2 separate AutoNations. Just one was just recommended, and the other one was just because it was close by. Because when I went shopping for Taco, I went everywhere. I went CarMax. I went to Toyota. I was looking, car accidents suck. And I was just looking to find a car. And then I said, I'm going to go for the car I really want. And that's what got me, because I was looking specifically for this type of car. And so I ended up Auto Nation there because they had one. I was driving by, we drove, me and my better half. She's like, let's just check this place out, see what they got. I said, all right, cool. We're in the area. And first car I see, literally first, it was seen the Tacoma on the first car I saw. And I'm like, oh snap, they got one. Let's check it out. And man, when I tell you, it's amazing how simple of treating somebody decent. And that's it. And I will always recommend Auto Nation. I will always go back to them and I will give them, and that's it. But Toyota dealerships, good luck. Anyway, sorry for the rant or whatever, but I was just reminiscing because I saw that comment on the socials, and I'm just like, you know what? Interesting story time. But blessings to all. Blessings to all.